As I sat at my cluttered desk, surrounded by stacks of papers and the constant hum of the office air conditioning, I couldn't help but feel like a small cog in a big machine. It was just another ordinary day at the office, and I was buried beneath a mountain of data entry tasks that seemed endless. My job was as unremarkable as it got, a mind-numbing routine of typing numbers and codes into the computer, all in the name of keeping the company's financial records in order. The morning sun filtered through the blinds, casting a grid of light and shadows across my desk. I squinted at the screen, my fingers dancing across the keyboard, entering rows and rows of seemingly insignificant numbers. It was a monotonous chore that I'd become accustomed to over the years, and I often found myself daydreaming to pass the time. But on this particular day, as I tabbed through the spreadsheet, something caught my eye. A discrepancy, so minor that it could have easily slipped through the cracks. The numbers on one of the invoices didn't quite add up. At first, I thought it was just a typographical error, a simple mistake anyone could make. But as I stared at the figures, a nagging feeling gnawed at the back of my mind. I decided to double-check. I grabbed the invoice and scrutinized every line. Sure enough, there it was, a small discrepancy in the total amount due. My heart raced as I recalculated the numbers, over and over again. It wasn't a typo, it was a subtle manipulation of figures, a well-disguised attempt to siphon off money from the company. I couldn't believe my eyes. If this error had gone unnoticed, it would have cost the company millions over time. I took a deep breath and considered my options. My first instinct was to rush to my supervisor and report the error, but a sense of caution held me back. What if this was an inside job? What if someone I worked with was involved? I needed to tread carefully. So, I began a discreet investigation of my own. I traced the origin of the erroneous invoice, cross-referencing it with past records. As the hours passed, I uncovered a web of deceit, a series of manipulated invoices that had gone unnoticed for months. It was a sophisticated scheme, and it was clear that someone within the company was involved. With the evidence in hand, I approached my supervisor, choosing my words carefully. The look of shock and concern on his face was unmistakable. He immediately escalated the matter to higher management, and soon, a full-fledged internal investigation was underway. Days turned into weeks, and the truth slowly emerged. It was indeed an inside job, orchestrated by a group of employees who had been embezzling funds for years. The company's financial health was hanging by a thread, but thanks to my diligence, we had uncovered the scheme just in time. I watched as the culprits were escorted out of the office by security, their faces a mixture of shame and disbelief. The rest of the staff buzzed with whispers and speculation, and I found myself at the center of attention, the unsung hero who had saved the company from financial ruin. As the days passed, the office returned to a semblance of normalcy. My mundane data entry tasks continued, but I couldn't help but smile knowing that I had made a difference. I had turned an ordinary day into one I would never forget, proving that even in the most mundane of tasks, a keen eye and a sense of responsibility could turn an anonymous worker into a hero.